Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I mean, as I say, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I have a special guest here today with us on the network today. None other than Pearl Rivers basketball coach, Coach Oney. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you on the network, Coach. I know your season's been cut short this year, but that's all right. You guys had a tremendous season going undefeated, 28-0 overall, 14-0 in the conference, the number one seed in the NJCAA tournament. Coach, how did you accomplish it?
Well, good players. A lot of people, have asked me that question, but I guess I can say that I can attribute a lot of it, to these young men had a tremendous focus, from start to finish, which is not always easy, especially, in today's time, when they have so many other outside influences, pulling at them, but we all set out to give our best effort and try to win them all and which is the goal every year, I guess you can
Yes,
say,
sir.
but for some reason this year we were able to accomplish it.
Now, how were you able to pull together such a good nucleus of players? I know they came from some came from Mississippi, some came from elsewhere. But how were you and your staff able to put together such a group like you had this past season?
Well, it was a perfect storm. Recruiting is no, it's not a direct science by no stretch of the imagination. From year to year, you got to get lucky. With the right group of guys coming out. With being able to get in contact. With the right group of guys. All within the same year. And this year just so happened, we had some guys that was coming out of high school that were pretty good that played different positions. So we were able to sell them on the opportunity to come in and not only to win or be a part of something special, but to play. And then with our out of state spots, we just had guys all coming out. Rob Brown was leaving Wichita State. Tay Hardy was leaving East Carolina. All that kind of happened all at the same time. Which is great. But it's definitely something that doesn't happen every year.
Well, Coach, I can definitely tell you, watching you guys, I think I featured a couple of those guys before they came to start playing with you when they were actually getting ready to graduate high school. I can tell you this: you guys were coming into the tournament as the number one overall seed. And a lot of people, a lot of sports commentators out there were picking you guys to actually win it all. It would definitely been the perfect season. And go ahead and if you can, just elaborate a little bit on some of the guys that are moving on, going to higher divisions.
Yeah, well, some of those guys I just named, Rob Brown, he just, he signed with Tulsa, but because of some logistics, with the classes that he had from Wichita State, transferring in, and it just didn't match. So he ended up signing with New Mexico just a few days ago. So which was a good get for New Mexico and also good for Rob Brown. It shows that he was able to not only secure one scholarship offer but multiple scholarship offers. Isaiah Moore is a kid that we got from College of Charleston. He came in and he was good. He signed with St. John in the early signing period. Tay Hardy, which was, from the beginning of the year, the first pickup game we played, I told some people that I thought he had a chance to be one of the best guards that I've coached since I've been here. And he proved me right. I guess he was first team All American. And he has some people, a lot of people trying to recruit him, but Jay Ladner at Southern Miss was able to steal him away from all of those guys, which is good for not only the program, but good for Tay Hardy, but also good because I get a chance to go watch him play the next 2 years because he and I had became very close. Then we had, and my memory's gone. My memory's going blank, but I think we had Cam Smith. He signed out in California with Rob Barnes out there, which is Cam Smith is a success story because he's a kid that bought into everything that we were telling him. He averaged 1 point a game, I think, as a freshman. But he was playing behind Braille, which a kid was an All-American, and he worked his tail off, all preseason long, and I mean all postseason long and all summer long. He came back and he got to the point to where our team didn't look right, without him out there on the floor, and he was able to turn himself into a Division I player.
You can go ahead. Go ahead and continue.
I don't know where I dropped off at.
Oh,
Where did I
oh
drop off
well,
at?
don't. Well, Coach, you had a real good group of guys this past season. I saw too. Also, you have some guys coming in replacing those guys. Can you elaborate just a little bit on some of the recruits you were able to get?
I honestly, you know, feel this way, and lately the last 2 years can bold predict. But this year's in-state class is has a chance to be the best class that we've ever signed with in-state. And I mean, it was one of those things. It was another year where we had a lot of guys coming out that we really liked, and they really liked us. We signed D. Wash. We was able to get him, late kid from Canton. When he's a kid that when I saw play in high school, I was amazed. How talented he was as a basketball player. We was able to sign Cam Brown out of Hattiesburg, which was this year's Dandy Dozen.
All right, go ahead, Coach. About the
All right,
recruits.
and then we signed the big fella over in Tupelo, old Josh, which is 6'8". He was a dandy does, and also a kid that's long, athletic, can run, and his his ceiling is nowhere close to being able to be seen. I think he has a very very high ceiling. I think he has a chance, to be a special player here. Then we was able to get Joe Cooper. He sit out here, another kid that was a day and a dozen, which is a fabulous point guard. I mean, when he was working out with us, I mean, he was getting guys shots that they weren't getting, during the season. So I think all those guys are really looking forward, to playing with Joe, because he's going to make the game, a lot easier, for a lot of those guys.
Well, Coach, of course, we know the pandemic is pretty strong and it's hard at the sports world. What have you been able to be able to talk with the guys that you got coming back on your roster? How you guys been able to communicate? Are the guys how their spirits? Are they're ready for the season to start training and stuff of that nature? What basically just tell us what you guys have been doing.
Well, this technology is phenomenal nowadays. You can be across the state and feel like he's right next to you, with being able to communicate with him. But now those kids, kids are resilient. I think it's
All right.
it's us grown folks that are more worried and more chomped at the bits. We're trying to be careful with everything. These kids, they're calling, they're ready to come to summer school. They're ready to get to working out. And doing things. Where I'm saying no, let's slow down a little bit, kind of make sure everything's safe. But they understand that we got a really really talented group coming in. The guys that the holdovers from last year that's coming back. They wanna get it back going. And kind of see if we can get it back to where we were last year, and hopefully this year be able to go out to Kansas and show people that that this program, is one that's going to be reckoned with, for years to come. So I'm excited, with the opportunity of hopefully coaching these kids. I'm just hoping that the governor, and the president, and whoever else is involved, give us the okay and make sure everything's safe.
Yeah, that's good. And now it's going to be a lot. It's a lot of teams in you guys' conference. They're going to be coming at you guys. You guys going to have the bullseye on your back. But hey, I know you guys will be. You'll have those guys ready and up to the task with anybody that gets on that hardwood with you guys. Uh, just before I let you go, Coach, can you tell some of the young kids that may be coming up that possibly want to play at the next level, whether it be JUCO or a higher division? What should they be doing in the meantime, especially the seniors getting ready to come up into their senior year next season? What should they be getting ready to do prepare themselves to possibly come play with an organization such as yours?
Well, I tell you, one thing they should do is make sure they watch those episodes of The Last Dance, over and over. If those deals can get you excited and pumped up about the possibility, of what hard work could bring. I don't know what can. And one of the things that continue, to stand out in my mind, while watching this Last Dance is, to become what you want to become. It's so many things you got to give up. It's so many things that you gotta walk away from and not look back and say, well, I wish I would not have given up my time. It's a very, large price to pay. When you're chasing, greatness. And whatever that might be in. With these young kids, what I think happened to them a lot of times is, they see what they want, but they lose focus on getting there. You know, and if playing, on a college level or professional or whatever it is, that it is you dream of doing. You got to have a laser lock focus. You gotta not do anything, or that's counterproductive from what it is that you're chasing. And the thing that I think will never leave, as long as there is an earth, is you can never substitute hard work.
Never substitute.
It's
Yeah.
something that you want out of life. You can't be, sidetracked, from putting in the work, to achieve what it is that it is you're chasing.
Well, that definitely the last dance is definitely a pretty good thing to watch. Michael Jordan, we know he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest player of all time in NBA history, and kids can definitely learn a lot from him with all the hard work he did, and he pushed his other teammates. That's pretty good. But I know you're gonna have your guys round, ready, primed, and go. I know whenever the season does start and everything can get back out there, hopefully next season the pandemic dials down and you guys can get back out there on that hardwood, coach. So we thank you for coming on to the network and
Absolutely.
hope we can get you back on here again. And thank you for coming on.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me, and anytime. Go
Yes,
Wildcats.
sir. All right, coach.